Good morning, everyone. Ken Shreve from the IBD newsroom, joined by Ed Carson. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Ken.
Stock market update for Tuesday, January 8th. Taking a look at the major stock indexes in the early going, we had pretty strong gains early, but we've given back some gains, Ed.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it looked pretty strong overnight, and then President Trump tweeted saying that there's a lot of great progress going on in the China trade talks, which had 2 days. Market looked good, but then it came back. I mean, we have had a pretty good run lately. And so, you know, it seems like, you know, it's not that unusual. It's not, you know, but obviously you'd rather see the market going stronger and stronger.
Yeah. So bullish follow-through day Friday for the S&P 500. Decent gains Monday. NASDAQ was up 1.3% early Tuesday, but that gain has shriveled all the way down to about 0.1%, 0.2%. So we'll see what the close looks like today. Okay, moving on to some stock movers today. First one we'll take a look at is railroad operator Union Pacific. Nice gap up for Union Pacific today. What's the news here, Ed?
Well, they hired a new chief operating officer, somebody who had worked at Canadian National. He had actually was sort of a protege, I guess, of Hunter Harrison, according to some of the reports, who was a legendary rail operator who was hired at CSX. And while Hunter Harrison died soon after, the kind of the legacy, really boosted the efficiency there at CSX. Union Pacific obviously reacting very strongly. I mean, this is very unusual to see such a large hike in a chief operating officer. That's normally just like almost hardly anybody notices, but a big move, double bottom base, look, something all of a sudden it goes onto people's radar.
Yeah, kind of a messy consolidation for Union Pacific. Probably could look at it maybe as a double bottom pattern, but still has a ways to go to get to a pretty significant resistance level. But a bullish gap up for Union Pacific today on the hiring of Jim Vena, like you said, from Canadian Railway.
And its relative strength line is at our new high. You know, so that was, you know, that's again a lot of stocks that are well off their highs. Their RS lines are at new highs, so that is good.
Okay, moving on to the retail sector. I believe it was just yesterday, Monday's market. We had a lot of strength in retail industry groups. Retail sector performed quite well on Monday. So we'll take a look at Five Below, which has been really a mainstay in a lot of our growth screens in recent months. Good, steady track record of earnings and sales growth, good management team, and growth prospects still look pretty bright for Five Below. But nice gap up for the stock on Monday, trying to break out over a trend line here. We're seeing a lot of stocks far off highs, but many presenting possible early entries with these breakouts over trend lines. So Five Below trying to do that. So what are your thoughts on Five Below?
I mean, obviously it's a good sector move, but you know, some of the other sectors like Dollar General, which tried to break out yesterday, was pulling back a little bit. Nothing too amazing, but you know, a lot of retailers are acting well, like after a pretty rough time during the correction. I mean, obviously a lot of stocks did, but retailers in particular, a lot of warnings, a lot of disappointments. Lululemon sort of crossed a trend line yesterday, so there's a lot of things. I mean, Five Below's been a real winner with. And it's been on the IBD 50 a lot. You know, you can see the relative strength line roaring back. So obviously it'll be interesting to see if this can continue, if you could also set up a conventional buy point if you're not too excited about that kind of aggressive entry. But yeah, nice move.
So a lot of charts that look like Five Below is kind of a messy consolidation, really sharp pullback in recent weeks, but the stock has been in rally mode, and there's still a fundamental growth story at Five Below, so definitely a one to watch. Okay, staying in the retail sector, we did take a look at Wingstop, restaurant operator, in yesterday's IBD 50 stocks to watch column. We mentioned that the S&P 500 flashed a sign of strength on Friday. We are seeing some setups, bullish setups in some individual growth stocks that could break out if this market uptrend stays intact. So we'll take a look at Wingstop today. Really the growth story going on at Wingstop. This is a company kind of similar to Chipotle. They're really focusing on digital, really expanding their delivery footprint because remember the CEO on the third quarter earnings conference call, they said that they get higher average checks with delivery via DoorDash and some of these other delivery services. So Wingstop setting up on a good base here.
Yeah, it sort of cleared some resistance area, yesterday. There wasn't really a buy point, but it's moving towards that buy point. You can see the relative strength line just hitting new high after new high. And you mentioned Chipotle. Chipotle was also moving toward, it's got a double bottom base, and there's a lot of restaurants acting well. McDonald's trying to get it back above its 50-day line. Starbucks, similar type of situation. So, it's curious. It's like a lot of restaurants have been bought out by private equity. And so there's obviously a lot of smart money thinks that there's money to be made in restaurants, and Wingstop is definitely one of those growth stories.
Yeah, definitely a growth story still intact at Wingstop. So really bottom line, we're in a confirmed uptrend. Pay attention to stocks that have relative strength lines that are really holding tight near new high ground. That shows you that they're really outperforming the S&P 500 and showing strength. So this is where your focus, again, should be in the early stages of a market uptrend. Okay, that is going to do it for today. Ed, thank you very much. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, around 10:30 Eastern Time for another market update. A reminder, don't forget to join us on all of our social media outlets. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Ali and I are going to be doing an Ask Me Anything on YouTube coming up, so pay attention to the time, date and time for that. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.